thoughts on the Direct? I thought it was good. I thought it was a good final Switch 1 Direct. They didn't show anything too crazy. But I feel happy to be like excited about games again. Because the Rhythm Heaven, like I'm very excited for. Tomodachi Life I'm excited for. Possibly excited for the Tamagotchi game. I actually freaked out when I saw the silhouettes of the characters. I knew right away. Because I actually love Tamagotchi. But I have a feeling my girlfriend will like the game more than me. But I still want to try it. Like the Switch game. We both use Tamagotchis, but the Switch game I have a feeling she'll like and not me, but we'll see. I also like the Nintendo Today app. I downloaded it. I actually really like it. And since I don't really use social media anymore, it'll actually be a really good way for me to keep up. Like, keep up to date with Nintendo news. I like the digital game cart thing that they're doing. I think that's very good. I think it's totally getting ready for the Switch 2. And just overall, I just think it's really cool. Yeah, Prime 4, I'm like choosing to not talk about because I'm just personally not interested. Dang it. So I'm just leaving it alone. Like, there's just no point in me like it's different when there's a game that like I'm interested in and maybe there's stuff about it I don't like, so like I talk about it. But if there's a game I'm not interested in, there's really no point in me giving my opinion because it'll just mess with people that are excited for it. So my lips are sealed. And how does the app work? It's just like, it kind of just functions as a calendar, except like you can see news and like you can actually select what game series you want to see, which I thought was really neat. I think the only one I didn't select was Splatoon. I think that's the only one I have off. I'm just surprised that Prime 4 is still like Switch. That's where like Switch 1. That's where it does kind of, it adds to the whole like the Switch 2 can make Switch 1 games like look better or maybe run better, because like I find it interesting that it's still coming out on Switch 1. That is interesting to me. Because what I was saying the other day was like, I was hoping that they wouldn't show anything crazy at this Direct, because I want whatever new games are coming out to utilize the Switch 2's hardware. So like Rhythm Heaven and like Tomodachi Life I feel like are fine. But Prime 4 is a little bit different. I feel like that that's a game that could like really benefit from utilizing the Switch 2's hardware. So it's just a little strange that it's still like Switch 1. Oh, did you read the fine print on the virtual cards? It says Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games. So they are doing Switch and Switch 2 ports. Interesting. I mean, that would also make the most sense too, because like, I think that's why I was so like stuck on it last night when we were talking about what could be shown in the Direct, because it was like, how are they going to go about this? You know what I mean? Like, I think that makes it the best route is like, yeah, if you get the Switch 2, you can still like I think eventually, I think what it is basically a failsafe, is what I think this is. So I think what they're doing is like, if for some reason the Switch 2 is just not really hitting off, they can continue to keep making Switch 1 games for longer. Like, I basically think it's going to go off of how quickly the Switch 2 sells. So if the Switch 2 sales aren't that great, then Switch 1 games will keep coming for a while, and they'll just be like an enhanced version if you play it on the Switch 2. But if the Switch 2 sells really well, then they're gonna like I think they'll more quickly stop Switch 1 games and have them like exclusive to Switch 2. So I think it's gonna like, that's where I do agree. I think it does just make sense that if you play Switch 1 games on Switch 2, there's like enhanced versions. But I do doubt that it would be for like every game. I think it'd be for games where like it's the current thing. So like Mario Wonder, that was a pretty like semi-recent game. I feel like Wonder would be one. Prime 4 makes perfect sense. Possibly even Smash Ultimate. Maybe that really is what they're going to do with Ultimate. Like if you play it on Switch 2, it looks better. And then there's like the new season passes, which Austin had suggested. Like maybe they would do season passes you could only get on Switch 2 or something. So it's going to be very interesting. I mean, we still got to wait to see the Switch 2 Direct, but yeah, overall, I thought the Direct today was honestly good. It was a good final Switch 1 Direct. I wasn't expecting anything crazy. I was not expecting anything crazy because Like, it was the final direct. I mean, I didn't think they were going to show something, like, huge, because it's like, well, you know, they got the Switch 2 direct next week, so I think this one made sense. I think it was good for what it needed to be. That's why I think Prime didn't get a release date here. It'll be multi-plat and release around Switch 2. Yeah, that makes the most sense. Like a Breath of the Wild kind of thing. It's just that, so last night when we were talking about direct predictions, I was just, like, not as on board about that because of the fact that Switch 1 games work on Switch 2. So basically what my logic was the other day was it was like, okay, so with the Wii U to the Switch, it was like, well, yeah, it's cross-platform or multi... What do you call it? Cross-gen? Because, you know, Wii U games don't work on the Switch. So it was like, you either play it on the Wii U or you play it on the Switch. Like, you have to buy either one. But since Switch 1 games work on Switch 2, I just thought it was strange for them to be like, how do they sell Metroid Prime 4 as a Switch 1 version and a Switch 2 version? You know what I mean? Like, how would they even separate it, like, at the store and stuff? Like, just one little logo? I just couldn't picture it. I mean, they still very well could. But I think it does make more sense of just that, like, if you play it on Switch 2, it's just like an enhanced version. $10 digital upgrade. I'm kind of thinking that might be what they do. Oh, PS5 does that? I think that's that. Switch 2, dude. But that might be what they do. You know what? I think that everything that you guys are saying is, like, adding up and making sense. I think, like, and that might be why there's this whole digital cart thing. Because if you move a game over from Switch 1 to Switch 2, you probably get asked, like, do you want to upgrade this for $10 or something? That would make sense. And then that way they can just keep making money off of the Switch 1 games. Because I think what I thought was strange was, like, if I'm on the Switch 2's eShop or whatever they have, and I'm looking up, like, Metroid Prime 4, or sorry, like, yeah, like, let's say Prime 4 is, like, just on the Switch 1. It would be strange to, like, look on the eShop and, like, see Prime 4 as a Switch 1 game. But I could totally see them just, like, enhancing it a little bit. And then they, like, if you buy it on the eShop, you're buying the Switch 2 version. Again, there could just be a whole library of Switch 1 games you could buy on the eShop. Like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't know. I'm kind of on board with this whole, like, there's an upgrade you can do to the games. Because then, again, it's also a failsafe for them. Because if the Switch 2 doesn't, like, hit off like crazy at the start, they can just keep making money on Switch 1 games still. So, either way, bottom line, I am beyond excited to see what ends up happening. I just feel so good to be excited about games again, like new games. That Rhythm Heaven game, I'm genuinely, like, very excited for. I cannot wait to play it, because I never really got to play a Rhythm Heaven game. But I love rhythm games. That seems very plausible. Hopefully the Switch 2 Direct does confirm some of those questions, or these questions. Yeah, I hope so too. It would be nice to clear the air on a lot of this stuff, to be honest. But I will say my main priority with the Switch 2 Direct is hearing about a pre-order and getting the pre-order. I'm not even kidding. Like, I know I should be more excited about the games, the details. No. I will feel happy. Ooh, my voice. I will feel happy when I have that thing pre-ordered. That is legitimately my mission, is getting it pre-ordered.